Now first, this panel is sponsored by the Brit Track here at DragonCon, so let's give it up for Brit Track. So from the app and the website, certainly take a peek at their social media pages. They have lots of fun things in store in their track room beyond the fabulous main stage here at the Adrian Ballroom in the Marriott Marquis. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DragonCon 32. My name is Tony Gowell. I'll be your moderator for today. Can I introduce a few new friends that I've just made? Thanks for your permission. I'm certainly happy about that. Let me see who's up first. It's like Keystone Cops back there. They're all jockeying for position. It's awesome. You ready? Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, can I welcome to the stage the very lovely Pearl Mackie. There just seems to be this big distance between us with this chair.
I know. I feel like maybe we could fill that with someone.
With someone or some who?
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the doctor, Peter Capaldi. So glad you're here.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, first time welcome, right? So when did you guys fly in?
Yesterday.
See any cool costumes?
On the plane?
Or I've been on those flights too. No, since you've been here, see anything super cool and interesting?
Oh yeah, I mean everything. Everyone looks incredible. I feel like the cosplay here is so much more dedicated. It's like everyone knows.
This is a very cosplay-heavy convention.
Yeah.
So to be mindful, everything's on wheels up here, so we may be shooting off into the audience.
This is moving. This is it's like we're on a boat. or at sea. I'll stop talking now.
No, you're fine. So because we have 2,000 of our closest friends nearby, we've set up mics on either side of the aisle to assist in Q&A. Raise your hands loud and proud, my mic beauties. Awesome. I see Alan over here, and is that Kara over there? Angela? Oh, you're way nicer than she is. I'm just kidding, she's gonna murder me. Where is she? I know she's gonna There she is. She's like, what, Tony? What? Yeah, Kara's the director of the Brit Track. Give a good wave, girl. She helps push to make sure fantastic, amazing people like yourselves come to visit us at DragonCon each year. So thank you.
Thank you.
So we'd love to get the ball started. May I start with the lovely young lady Angela over here? Who's your first question?
Thank you for coming. Mr. Capaldi, my family would like to say we've enjoyed more and more of your work as we've gotten to know you, especially Lair the White Worm.
I think everyone should go out and rent that film so that they can understand the irony with which that line was just delivered.
I mean, like, I'm going to see that.
My question for you is, as your doctor, one of your catchphrases seems to be kind. Where did that come from?
I think there was a day when people were brought up to think that way. So it just comes from being a regular human being.
Well, how do you top that? I think that's kind of our secondary motto here at DragonCon. Just be kind, be excellent to each other. We're all on the same planet together. Somebody got that Bill and Ted reference. Thank you. Alan, who do you have with you?
Hi, Peter, Pearl. How are you? I have a question about, I guess there was an Omaze contest quite a while ago where somebody got to sit down with like 6 or 7 of the doctors for breakfast. I was just curious if Peter had any comments about that experience.
I wasn't there. I was with a bit of mix-up. I found myself, I was in Scotland when they were doing it. So I I attended it on an iPad. It was like the Skype doctor. Me and Paul McGann both unfortunately had got our dates mixed up. But I believe they had a dummy of me. The iPad where my head was. But it was just as entertaining and interesting.
Get closer to the mic.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm not a professional actor. Hello, is that better? Okay.
Sorry, everyone.
Do I have to stand like this little thing? Like a guy who's never been in show business.
Hold on to it with both hands.
Well, I think in referencing the breakfast that you were Skyped in on an iPad, I think anybody would be pleased to have that opportunity, right? Breakfast with Peter via iPad? Sounds great. Sir, you don't have to play with it. No. I mean, you're welcome to. You're the boss. Next question, Angela.
Hey, my question is for Peter. Since you're also an accomplished visual artist and have done some really incredible illustrations of the other doctors, I was wondering if you might ever consider doing some instructional videos on YouTube or publishing a book of your Whovian illustrations?
No. I will be publishing a book of my microphone moves. As I grow in confidence, using this microphone here, which we call the Atlanta microphone. It's elegant, slim, but rich and full.
You didn't tell me you were funny. This is awesome.
I'm not.
So, Pearl, to loop you in with that type of question, are there...
Thank you.
Are there other passions that you have outside of acting that maybe the audience isn't aware of?
No. I mean, I like eating. I think Atlanta's quite good with the food supply as well. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here. If anyone's got any recommendations of where I should eat, I mean, it sounds like I'm joking, but I'm genuinely not.
Girl,
like,
you
seriously.
looked at me, I love to eat. I got you, boo. Don't
Okay. Can we go and eat some barbecue?
Daddy D's down on Memorial, yes.
Alright. Daddy D's, yeah?
Daddy D's, paper plate, paper towel, delicious.
Paper plate, one of those bibs, yeah?
Right, no,
Wrap yourself up in a towel.
Right, that's all you need.
My mum used to do that to me when I was a kid. I mean, she still kind of does it now when I go around.
And they have lots more food options for you, trust me. Alan, who you got?
Hello, I was at a panel with Catherine Tate, and about 15 minutes of her show was stand-up comedy about food. So, I was wondering if you two could play that little game about where you speak about craft service on Doctor Who for 15 seconds without repetition.
Oh,
15 seconds.
15 seconds
Without repetition.
of what was
I
available at the
have
craft
no
table.
idea what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Craft service is like the food.
Yeah.
the very exciting catering that
What are
was.
we supposed to do?
We have to talk for 15 seconds without repeating ourselves. Is that
It's a
right?
challenge that Catherine Tate apparently has started, and she.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So who's got a timer? Who's gonna do it? You, honorary timer person, come forward, please.
But when you say don't repeat yourself, you mean are you allowed to repeat the word the?
The. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm making
the.
rules right now. You
And
can say
A.
the. And A.
And I.
Right, and I.
And I.
Okay.
No.
And all the vowels. Any vowels.
So when you're ready, with 15
Empire's
seconds.
finest done here.
Is this a Star Wars?
This
Awesome,
is not a
thank
Star
you.
Wars thing.
This is not Star Wars. She's Star Wars.
Oh, you're Star Wars.
She's Star Wars. All right, just getting it right, because I don't want to call it wrong. Okay, so 15 seconds, and we're going to let the ladies go first.
Oh, thank you.
So we'll know to go back and forth. In 15 seconds, how many crafty items have you eaten over the course of your season on the show? Starting.
You sure?
Take two.
Have you ever eaten a salsa sandwich? Yeah, because I have. That's pretty much the level of catering that we got. White bread with tomato inside. It was great.
So ladies and gentlemen, in England, they only serve tomato and bread on the set of Doctor Who. You heard it here first. Sounds delicious. Just missing barbecue, and then away you go. You didn't even get a chance to go, Peter. She ate up all 15 seconds describing a sandwich.
I thought we had 15 seconds each.
It was,
I didn't
was it supposed to be back and
know.
forth? I don't know the rules of the game either until it was just introduced. Oh, 15 seconds for him? Okay, I'm trying to buy you more time.
Where is Catherine Tate?
We'll get her after this. All right, tell him to go when it's 15 seconds. Now.
Well, I had very simple tastes, and when I was on Doctor Who, every single morning I was supplied with a bowl of porridge.
Thank you very much. You win.
I guess so.
Another 50 minutes of questions like that. That's what you win.
I'm leaving.
No, don't go. So porridge, white bread, tomatoes. Angela.
Peter, I love you and I love Fires of Pompeii. This is for Pearl. Pearl, what was
She's like, I love you, but I have my questions for you.
Okay.
Pearl, if you could have gone anywhere as the companion, forward, backward, foreign, whatever, what would you have chosen and why? Because you were phenomenal.
Oh, thank you. If I could have gone anywhere as a companion, where would I have gone? Oh, so many places. I don't know. I feel like maybe some kind of civil rights movement kind of situation. I feel like the afro would be put to some seriously good use. Maybe go and hear like Angela Davis speak or something like that. I think that would be, yeah. I think that would be pretty sick. You know, probably it's obviously a very difficult time of history, but I feel like it is a time when people really gathered together and kind of, the power of the people was demonstrated. So yeah, that's what I'd like to do, amongst other things that are probably funnier than that.
That's a beautiful answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That was a great question. Alan, who do you have next?
Hello, my name is Jacqueline. Yesterday I was at the Catherine Tate panel and she
Oh
did,
no.
she
No more
did
timers.
an absolutely beautiful rendition of the Doctor Who theme song. So I was hoping you two would also be able to perform that for us.
Catherine has set everyone up to do this to you.
Where is she?
I would not be surprised if she came leaping out from behind the stage. Any moment. Wow, so she hummed out the Doctor Who theme?
Oh yeah. Why don't you guys do it?
Yeah! On the
That's
count of
better.
3, you guys do
You
it.
know it. You gotta know it, right?
Right, 1, 2, 3.
A little bit, right?
side. I'm watching you. Angela, who you got next?
Hi, I was wondering, what other doctors / companions would you want to work with?
What was the question?
Who else would you like to work with aside from Catherine Tate? Because clearly she's not on the list. Who else is like a doctor that maybe you didn't get a chance to hang out with or work some scenes with?
I would like to. I worked with David Tennant, which was great. But all of them, you know, Matt is such a wonderful actor. And, it's great to be around. Christopher Eccleston, I think. And I think Jodie's going to be fabulous.
That was a politically correct answer. How about yourself, Pearl? Anyone that you would have liked to have worked with?
K9.
Perfect. You get one more chance, Alan.
So yesterday I was at the Catherine Tate. It's a joke. This question is for Peter. So before Doctor Who, I just got done seeing you in The Musketeers. To watch it if you haven't. You got done playing such a great bad guy, and so I just wanted to hear your thoughts or feelings about playing antagonist versus protagonist.
It's a very technical acting question. Well, it's really. Can you hear me? Well, it's really good playing bad people because they really get all the best lines, and they often get the best costume as well. And you know, and also if you're Cardinal Richelieu, you get a great little goatee and moustache, and you can actually twirl it, which is an old acting technique. There you go. That's right. So yeah, I like playing anything that's well written, but playing bad people is good because you can say torture them or take them away. All that stuff. So I love doing all that.
How about you, Pearl? Would you take advantage of
I'd love to play
great
somebody's
role?
Yeah.
Like
great.
what?
Dunno. The list is endless.
Like the villain in, say, James Bond.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick, wouldn't it? I'm well into that. Have to hone my seriously evil face, but we might get a work on it. I've got a little while to go, but it's all right.
So welcome to the Actors Studio. Villain look. That's awesome. Angela, back to you.
Hi, my name is Katie, and my question is for both of you. What was the hardest part about having Bill turn into a Cyberman?
What the hardest part of it? The hardest part for me was that they didn't actually let me get inside the Cyberman costume. They said I was too small. It's not threatening if you're inside it. And I was like, that's pretty much what I was looking forward to. I mean, I thought the afro versus helmet challenge might have been quite interesting. There might have not only been a tear-shaped thing, there might have been a little bit of hair. So that actually was quite difficult because, you know, cutting between the scene, you know, where the cuts between Bill and Bill as the Cyberman was quite difficult to kind of keep it all kind of going. So we had Rachel Talalay, our wonderful director, worked very closely with myself and Liam, who was the 6-foot-something guy that they put in the suit, whatever. No, he was really lovely, but so she'd get me to kind of go through all the movements that I do, but then, you know, sometimes obviously as an actor doing takes, you kind of do stuff differently, and then, you know, he'd rehearsed how to do it this way and you kind of like, oh, well, what about this? And then you're like, it's gone. So, you know, I had to be quite rigid in sort of my movements and stuff like that, which was quite challenging and quite an emotional scene. So, yep, that's my answer.
Peter?
It was quite difficult sometimes to do scenes because Rachel was very clever and she would do a scene where it would be you and then the camera would turn away and then it would come back and it wouldn't be you, it would be the Cyberman, and it would turn away to look at me and I had to be looking at you and pretend that I wasn't seeing you being pulled out, shuffling in, so that it would look elegant when the camera came back.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there was wasn't there one moment when I was like bent down like that and like Liam was behind me? Yeah, and you had to obviously keep a straight face.
So did that mean that when you stood up, he squatted down?
Yeah, there was like a little kind of game thing. Yeah, it was quite challenging. No, you're right.
The magic of television, ladies and gentlemen. You're getting all the secrets here. Alan, your next question.
Hey, Pearl, I just want to let you know I'm from Pearl, Mississippi.
What?
Yeah, there is a town called Pearl.
Well, I need to go there now. I'm very excited about things that have my name. I've never found a town, but I mean, maybe I should get me a little holiday home there or something. I mean, the Doctor Who doesn't pay that well.
We'd love to have you. I have a question for Peter. A lot of people probably don't know this, but you're an Oscar winner. Can you tell us what you can remember about the Oscar experience?
What I can remember? It's so long ago, I'm so old. Or that I had too much to drink. It was wonderful because it was it was only for doing a little short film. I didn't even know they gave Oscars for short films, but it was entered, and then came home and my answering machine, that was the days when there were answering machines. There was about 170 messages saying you've been nominated for an Oscar. And off we went with no money, because we weren't financed by a film company or anything. So we cobbled the money together to get to Hollywood and go to the actual Oscars with all the, and then when I called my name out, it was like really, it was so strange. Because it was like watching something on TV. It was like watching a dream sort of happen. And I was on the stage like this, and I was looking down, and I can remember thinking, wow, that guy really looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That really looks like Meryl Streep. And that really is Meryl Streep. That really is Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's a big screen they have, and when you, like where that screen is up there, and it's got a countdown on it. It's going 10, 9, 8. So as you're doing your speech, it's counting down to the moment when they're going to cut you off. But I loved it. It was amazing. The funniest thing for me about it was that they take you backstage and they put you through a process. They take you into a room about this size in which the world's press are gathered. At their computers, and they stand you on a stage like this, and they take some photographs of you swinging your Oscars. And I said to them, I said, there's no point in me going in front of the world stage because no one's going to ask me any questions. And they said, no, you must go up there. So I said, okay. So I went on in front of the world, and they said, any questions? So I went from being on stage, getting an Oscar, which was an incredible experience, to like tumbleweeds. That's quite a
And that's how Hollywood works.
That's how it works, yeah.
Are you a voting member of the Academy?
I am.
Ooh, that's prestigious.
I'm a big shot.
And now I bet the press will have lots of questions for you.
Maybe.
Next question.
Hi, I was wondering if you could make any room in the TARDIS, what type of room would you make?
The bathroom.
Not a steam room or a spa or just a bathroom.
Yes, basic functional bathroom,
What color would it be? I'm just kidding. Alan, next question.
Hello, guys. My name is Patty. I have a question for both of you. So, when Matt Smith regenerated into Mr. Capaldi, your doctor, Clara was really thrown for a loop, and I feel like a lot of fans feel like that too when they lose their doctor until the new one becomes their doctor. So what would you do to set up people before they watch the new series about how to transition between doctor to doctor, Mr. Capaldi, and companion to companion, Ms. Mackie?
One should enjoy it, I think. Just have a good time. It's all brilliant. Jodie's going to be fabulous. You're just going to have a great time. Just, sign up for the ride. It's fun.
Yeah, it's the show that you know it and you love it, but you get to meet new people, new variations that are experiencing the thing that you love. I think it's great. I think it's one of the only shows that changes characters, but the heart of the show is still the same. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a bit like The Odd Couple. The Odd Couple, there was a film of The Odd Couple with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, and then there was a TV series with Jack Klugman and Tony Randall. Well, if they changed those actors, if they made them Time Lords, that show could still be running, right? And they could be ladies too.
Exactly. In being fans of Doctor Who yourselves, did you ever have those moments where you had like the particular Doctor that really just resonated well with you or a companion, and then when you saw the new introduction of the new ones that you kind of sat back and were like, well, you better impress me. I don't know about this fish and chips gal. Who's gonna talk Rose? But you did. Thank you. So I don't know if you guys ever felt that way whenever you're going through the show and seeing these particular actors that just nail it and then being, told there are going to be new ones coming. How do you feel?
Well, I kept, because of my age, I saw the show from when it started, so I didn't...
That's not possible.
It is possible. I'm that old. And it didn't work that way. It wasn't every time. You didn't know the Doctor was going to change. It wasn't a thing that the show was famous for. So anytime it happened, it was intriguing, strange, and what the hell was happening to the show, and it was exciting. So it was a very different show.
How about yourself, Carl?
Well, I actually didn't watch that much of Doctor Who before I was on it. I think I kind of.
That's real.
I was like 16, I think, when it came back.
Sure.
And I was just wanted to hang out in parks and try and look cool. So I don't think I succeeded in looking cool, but I definitely hung out in some parks. So I didn't really watch much TV. I watched like Christian specials and stuff like that. So I guess I didn't have the same attachment to the show as that. Sort of, watching people change. I do remember when they changed was it Becky's on Roseanne?
Yes.
They had like identical Becky's thing. There was like a little song that they played at the end, and I was just like, I'm not convinced. She's not the same. So I don't know if that's sort of kind of a parallel experience, I guess. Oh, sure. It's slightly different, but
Yeah, I'm with you guys on that, and I just wanted to build on what you had asked, because it is kind of unsettling, because you just grow so attached, and you're just like, I just want these stories to last forever. But if you have to look back and be like, this show has lasted for over 50 years, that's a gift in itself.
Exactly.
So I love that. So I'm so looking forward to Jodie and all these wonderful new people that are going to be companions. And I hope that we get to see you guys come back in those roles, because they've shown us time and time again that nobody dies in sci-fi, nobody goes away in sci-fi, you never know when you come back.
Exactly.
And I love that. Angela, what's yours?
Hello. I was simply wondering if you could replace and swap places with the Doctor and companion in any previous Doctor's episode, which episode would it be?
If you could step into another actor that has played a Doctor or companion, who would it be?
Oh, an episode.
Okay.
Episode.
I was just making a general.
I'd like to, I think it would be fun to be William Hartnell in the very first episode. To be able to reveal the TARDIS for the very, very, very first time. And to say, to say it's, you know,
It's travel.
it travels through time and space, and it's big on the inside.
Yay!
Do that for a very long time.
That's definitely a deal. Driving right.
Jodie. Yeah, I feel like being the first female Doctor Who would have been pretty cool. You know, and I mean, she's done that, so. No, I think it's fantastic. I'm so excited. But, you know, I think if I could swap places with anyone, then yeah, it would be her.
Fair. That was a great question.
Hi, my name is Bill.
Hey!
Yeah. Unfortunately, my question is for Peter.
Rude. So rude. We're gonna go get barbecue.
Peter, you're sort of a dual spirit animal for me. I really look up to the Doctor, and the Doctor's an amazing character, but I'm curious which you identify with more, the Doctor or Malcolm Tucker?
Well, both of them, really, because well, people used, I used to always say that Malcolm Tucker wasn't really like me at all, but I have some friends who say that's really what I'm like. And I have to keep a lid on that. But I suppose I identify with the Doctor more, because I think I would rather be a person who is that kind and heroic, which I'm not. So I would identify more with him, but I think I'm more like Malcolm. F off and get a life.
Nice. Nicely said. Angel?
Hi, Peter. Hi, Pearl. My name's Joe. My question for you is, Peter, it's for both of you actually though, but Peter, in your first season, the Doctor was really questioning with whether or not the Doctor was a force of good or evil. At the end of this, what do you think is the answer to that question for both of you?
Well, I think he's a force for good, but I think that argument is quite a human level based argument, and I think he's beyond that. So I think that's just a way of articulating the conflict that this superior being would have in dealing with human beings. It's only an argument that is relevant to his relationship with human beings. Of course, he's a good person, but that's that's the nature of his being. That's the nature of his. That's what he is in the universe. But when he is compressed into the shape of a human being and has to relate to human beings, he then has to communicate a simpler version of himself to human beings. So yes, of course he's good, but he's more than that.
So Pearl, how do you feel that Bill perceives the Doctor?
Oh, that's interesting. I feel like in most people that you meet, or most things that you encounter, no one is purely good or evil.
Right.
And I think that to make that decision to brand someone or something, one of those things is it's naive. I don't think you can have one without the other, and I think the balance between it is inherently kind of human, or sort of existence is kind of that. It is the balance between the two, and sometimes you have to do bad things in order for good to prevail. And equally the other way around. Sometimes you sort of. I don't think anyone in here could say that they are either one or the other. We would try to be good people, but we've probably done some things that we're not very pleased with. I mean, I know I have. I'm not going to tell you what they are. But you know, I think that's yeah. So I feel like that's
The human
definitely
condition.
exactly, yeah, or the not human condition.
Right. That's beautiful. Welcome to Morality and Philosophy 101 here at DragonCon.
It's really deep then, right?
But building on that, I want to say that there's this perception that with the group of friends that I watched the show with, that feels that watching Missy's evolution might have been a driving factor as to why we're getting Jody to play the Doctor. That evolution to that next level of awesomeness, a woman, right, ladies? Might be the impetus. It's like that perception of like seeing her like trying and understanding to be good. That maybe that's what we'll get in the next Doctor. That's just my fan theory only. Fan theory only. Unless you want to elaborate on that.
That's good fancy, yeah.
Heard it here first. Alan, your next question? Is it your turn? No.
Hi, my name is Ingrid. I just want to say first that I've enjoyed your characters immensely, and I will miss seeing you on screen. I wanted to ask, what lessons have you taken away from your time on Doctor Who?
I mean, loads. I mean, for me, it was essentially my first camera job, you know, so I didn't really know how to act in front of a camera before doing it, which I think is a vital skill for most actors to learn. You know, and getting to work with Peter, who is obviously so fantastic at it, was an incredible experience, you know, and you know, a lot of the guest actors that we had who were so accomplished. For me, that was, you know, one of the most, if not the most valuable thing about being on the show, you know, is learning the craft, essentially.
Well, I mean, you know, it's we learn every day. You know, I think if you're still interested in doing this, you learn every day. And I learn a lot from working with Pearl and working every single day with this great energy and truthfulness and commitment, which is great because it wakes you up. Because the trouble is a lot of the time in a show that goes on for so long and is so labor intensive, you can get into the grooves with it, and that's not a good idea. It's always better to be able to pay. And Pearl, because she was so brilliant, really kind of brought a new life and vigor to the show, which is fantastic. But I would say that what I learned many things, but the thing that really sticks out is this experience, because I learned that a television show can mean something very, very powerful to people and can mean something in their lives. And I'm not being, you know, overtly sentimental about this, but sometimes we meet people in occasions like this, and I have met people who have had hard things happen to them in life, through bad luck, misfortune, health, whatever. And sometimes something in our show has helped them. And that's a great privilege to be part of that. But it's also a great thing to know that when you're making a television show, it can mean something. But that's like what everything, what all of us do in the world, whatever we do, it means something. It goes out there and it touches other people. So we have to be responsible about what we send out there.
Did that answer your question, ma'am? Okay, cool. Just checking. That was really beautifully said. I like that. Angela, who's next?
Hi, my name is Ian, and first I want to thank you very much for coming. We're glad to have you, and thank you for being a wonderful, amazing doctor and an outstanding companion. My question is for the both of you, but primarily for Mr. Capaldi. How did it feel the day after your first day of shooting and realizing you were part of something greater? And how did that contrast with how you felt on your final day of shooting and realizing that you had turned the final page of that chapter of your life?
And you have 30 seconds to answer.
Just some light conversation here. The second day was, I can't really remember really, because the whole thing is just it's a juggernaut, isn't it? It's just, it's just so much work. You have so much to worry about. You were so frightened. There's always joy, because I was getting to be Doctor Who. So that's absolutely joyful. But you're also aware that you are in the middle of a brand which is a lot of people depend on, and which is very important to the BBC, and a lot of executives and a lot of people with a lot of opinions. And you have to try and find your way through all of that while also doing your job reasonably well, you hope. And so you don't have time. You just get on with it. You've also got all those lines to learn.
Right. Yeah.
So you just get on with it. I used to, occasionally there might be a day when there would be a crack in the armour and I'd get terrified. And then I would think, you can't be terrified. You can't look down. You can't do that. You just have to get on with this next scene, 11 of those lines or whatever. So that was the second day.
And on day 2, they created panic.
That's right. The last day, not. Well, it was joyful too, in another way. But you never really feel as if you're really. You don't really feel as if you're going. You just it was. I knew it was right to go, but you're sort of deeply sad because you're leaving all these people that you've worked with and worked with in a very intense way, and they're leaving this unique role. But you're also looking forward to some downtime and to relax. And to be honest, really it took me, I would say, a year before I reached the end of that first day, that last day. You know what I mean? It took me a year to realize really what we've been through and what happened. So it was sad, but good.
Which was over you, Pearl. Like the difference in the way. Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely. I think it's great. Here, driving car. Like the difference in like the mindset of day 1 versus your last shooting day.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think Peter summed it up. Some kind of summed the experience up. I mean, there isn't really time to look down and realize, if you do sort of start to think about the inordinate amount of pressure that is on you to be good, then you're not going to be able to do your job. Like you've got to concentrate on what's actually in front of you, and to just be as honest as you can, be as truthful to the character and to the writing and to to the work as you possibly can. But yeah, I mean, it's I feel like in kind of a first day experience, I think might be what you're looking for. I remember possibly the first time I was kind of able to like take a moment and go, oh wow, this is huge. Was when I walked onto the set for Thin Ice. Michael Pickwood, who very sadly died recently, rest in peace. He was a wonderful man. When he showed me the set for the Westminster Bridge, and I remember seeing that and just being like, this is massive. I mean, literally it was massive. But also, there's kind of the weight of the show and like how much goes into it, how much work everyone puts into it behind the scenes, the dedication of the fans, like all of that kind of hit me, and I was like, this is massive. But then they dragged me across the room and I had to go and film something else. So there wasn't much time to let that sit. But that was a huge moment of kind of realizing, the awesomeness of Doctor Who. And then I think the last day was. Again, a huge mix of emotions. I was knackered.
Sure.
So you are like, oh, it'd be really nice to sleep for a bit. That'd be cool.
Right.
You know, have a bit of sleep, not wake up at 5:30 in the morning, and work really, really, really hard. Which, you know, I mean, I wouldn't change a minute of it. But so there was that, and there was also, you know, sadness of not doing it anymore. But I think one of the great things about Doctor Who is that you don't feel like you've left it, because you get to come to places like this and meet you guys, and you know, no one else is ever going to play Bill Potts like that. You know, and you feel like you were able to put that on the show and kind of give that to it, and for me, that's an amazing thing. You left, and hopefully, you know, we'll do more jobs. I'm available if there's anyone. I know you guys shoot a lot of stuff in Atlanta, just saying. But you know, that kind of thing, I think is great. That it's always with you know, which is, I think, and that's you guys. So yeah.
Awesome, thank you. And thank you for being a voice for the GLBTQ community through your character. Playing a lot of fans. Certainly awesome. Always appreciated whenever our community is represented in the media. We appreciate it. It's needed. Alan, next question.
So, yesterday I was at Catherine Tate. And she totally told me to ask this question. First I wanted to say...
Where are you?
Oh, way over there. Okay.
Way in the back with all of the reverb.
Okay, hello.
Je sais que vous parlez français y hablas español, and I just wanted to say that's absolutely fantastic, given your heritage and your background, and that's absolutely brilliant. And my question is for Peter.
Merci beaucoup.
Dorian. Lenav na Alba. We bear na Glasgow. Halu Kalakaka. And if not, why not?
I have no idea what you just said.
I said, child of Scotland, bairn of Glasgow, do you speak Scottish Gaelic? And if not, why not?
Oh, I'm going to get Catherine myself. Hold on.
Well, I think I just gave you the answer.
Man, did she really spend her entire panel setting these poor guys up? Really? Look at her. I got a plan. I've been thinking. I got a plan. Angela.
It's my turn? I got a compliment for Pearl. I admire how your character is realistic and says what we're all thinking. And I have a question for Peter. How does it feel that...
Brilliant. Thank you.
I know there's been a long history of fandom uproars every time a doctor's been replaced. In your case, that was when you were first introduced, some of the fandom was like, I'll never watch again because the actor is, quote, too old to play the doctor, and how much of a strong, intense impact that you have to make that upon exiting, it was, please don't go, we love you. So please correct me if I'm wrong. Would you say that your impact has resulted in meeting or exceeding the dream fan club you've wanted over 40 years ago?
Okay, let me translate. I'm not a baron of Glasgow, Scotland, or child of whatever that was. But however, I will try. So, your fan club attendance has it increased over the years.
Right. I think that whole fan club thing has kind of blown out of all proportion, because remember when I was a kid, it wasn't like this. You know, it was a few people writing letters and trying to do a kind of a photocopied magazine. And I wasn't, you know, the president of any fan club or anything like that. But, you know, as ever with the selling of the brand, that becomes the story that people like to go with. And, you know, it's not absolutely accurate. Sorry to disappoint. But I still love Doctor Who, and I think that one of the great things about it is I always had this experience as a kid watching the show. You know, when the Doctor changed, and as I said, we didn't know what was going to happen.
Right.
I was always a little bit uptight with the new Doctor, and then I just loved them. And I think that's the great thing about the show, that the Doctor, never mind just genders, the Doctor can be anything. You know, any kind of character, and because of that character's central place in the universe of trying to be good, that character is always going to be a popular one. So it's irrelevant to me. You know, if people say I'm too old, you know, that's just a joke. Really.
Right.
It's just, the Doctor is 2,500 years old.
The Doctor is a force of nature and can be anything or anyone at any time.
Yeah.
And for those fans that are just hesitant or they don't fully embrace who our new Doctor, new companion is, you know they're going to cycle through them in a couple of years, so just hold tight and come back. It's really going to be okay. We've had 50 years to practice this. It's going to be great. Alan, what's your next question?
Hi, I love you guys. First of all, Pearl, try Mary Mac's Tea Room on. Yeah,
was it good?
Mary Mac's
Mary Mac.
Tea Room on Ponce de Leon Avenue, and be sure to pronounce it Ponce de Leon.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ponce de Leon.
Ponce de Leon.
Girl, it's just Ponce. I got you, girl. It's just Ponce. And you want to eat there before 5 p.m. because you get cinnamon rolls in the bread basket.
Yes.
Cinnamon rolls in the bread basket
Okay.
before 5 p.m.
Right.
That sounds good.
Yes.
Thank you. Right.
Mary Mac's Tea Room on
Yeah,
Ponce.
got it.
It's right next to the Atlanta Eagle. The Atlanta Eagle.
The Atlanta Eagle. Why are you saying that with a smirk? What happened to the Atlanta Eagle?
I'll tell you later. It's just a fun, jolly place to have a drinky drink. Next question.
No! I have a question.
I just thought you were giving good advice.
Don't cut me off.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Capaldi. Okay, so I heard that Doctor Who's showrunner, writer, and lead actor walked into a pub in Australia and lost a trivia contest about their own show. Please tell me how that happened.
Well, the trivia show is really for scholars.
And you're not?
No, I'm not a scholar of Doctor Who. I just like it.
What was the question that tripped you up?
I don't know. Daleks or something like that. What planet do the Daleks come from? Scorol? Scarol! Cyber what? Cyberman? Just stop there right there. Cyberman?
I do apologize for cutting you off from that profound question. I'm so very sorry.
So my question is for both of you, but it mainly stems from Mr. Capaldi. Every now and then I'll go back and listen to that audio of the Dream Boys. And knowing that and seeing your doctor being so... Knowing that and seeing your doctor being so musically involved as a musician myself is kind of refreshing. So my question is this: if you could have your characters go back in time and meet any famous musician, who would it be and why?
I don't know. I think there's so many. I'd love to see Jimi Hendrix. See that all happen. And go and see the Beatles and the Cavern. And see Bowie, of course, at any time. Many amazing. Elvis, wow, could you imagine seeing Elvis? What he must have been like. It's amazing. So any of those people?
I'm actually an Elvis tribute artist, so that's why I said that.
You sure are, sir. I can see you. You look amazing.
Look at those
Here's the
sunburns.
mutton chops and everything. Can you sing? Everybody in the front's like, don't let him sing.
Is he dressed as Elvis?
No, I'm dressed as Tina Belcher, but I'll be Elvis tomorrow, so.
Thanks, Tina.
So that made me happy.
How about yourself, girl?
Oh, Aretha Franklin, 100%.
Question for... Hi. Question for Peter Capaldi and Pearl Mackie. What is your favorite episode to film on Doctor Who?
Favorite episode?
Well, there were so many of them were so much fun. You know, I think the one Pearl referred to, Thin Ice, which was amazing because it was such an extraordinary kind of environment. Being on the frozen Thames was great. I like anything with Daleks in them.
Exterminate.
And like that.
He's gone. To stardom.
Angela?
I'm Evan, and my question is for both of you. What was your favorite moment to film on Doctor Who?
Another same question.
So many, yeah.
There's so many wonderful. I mean, you know, the thing is, you know, just turning up in the morning is a favorite moment, really, because you get to go on the TARDIS, so you get to be on a spaceship. I was thinking the other day, because I was thinking about wonderful Michael, who we lost last week, and I can remember going in the episode that we had about Vikings. And we had that fabulous set of the Viking Hall with all the Celtic kind of carvings and all that. But there was also a scene, I don't know if you remember the story of that, but the Vikings were being beamed up from Earth to a spaceship where they were being crushed in order for their essence to be removed. So daunting. And I just walked into work one day. This is me. I walk into work, and what do I see? A bunch of Vikings standing on a spaceship being crushed. Every day is different.
Unfortunately, I'm a terrible moderator and did not receive my cues that we had completely run out of time. I'm so terribly sorry. Please forgive me, you two. I'm so sorry. But will you be at the Walk of Fame after this panel? If anyone didn't get a question answered, they can come by and visit you. What will you be doing the rest of the afternoon? He's like, no, I'm out.
I don't know what is the Walk of Fame.
I don't know.
Are you signing after this panel?
Yes,
Okay.
so. We just go where we're told.
Awesome. Well, look up their names in the handy dandy app and it'll let you know their schedule. So I want to say thank you so much on behalf of DragonCon that you joined us.